Now it has dried and we're going to do the most difficult part, the shadows. And perhaps we should make some big mixers for this actually. That would make it easier. So get some blue, alizarin crimson, and then maybe here I'll even do a bit of burnt umber here. And then maybe over here I'll use a bit of burnt umber and some green, and this will be for the tree on the left hand side. Let's make a bit more of that. So phthalo blue, burnt umber, more burnt umber, okay, so maybe that will do. And let's begin with this brush, and got some red here. This is cad red, but any warm bright red will do. And I'm going to do these parasols first. Should begin here, right? And if possible, most of the time you do want to try and paint things in the fewest strokes possible, if you can. But don't go too serious about that and spoil it because you're trying to do it in just one stroke. But little by little, the fewer strokes you can do it in, the better. But like here, I wasn't able to do it in very few strokes, and that's okay. Okay, so just some reds there, and maybe there's a bit of a red here too. These will stick out in a nice way. Okay. And now we're going to do shadows on this. So use my purple mix. I'm mixing it a bit with this as well. And I have to be careful not to put my hand in that. So I might do this one first. And give it a little bit of an edge like that. And then here. And we haven't entered the danger zone yet. All these things I'm doing now are kind of separate. They're not connected, but soon I'll be entering into a bit where it's going to be the whole lot. We're going to do this final wash. Which is a little bit stressful, but at the same time a bit exciting too. Okay. And might be like a few little details here with these windows. Yeah, maybe you shouldn't do these red things or do them later, because I'm finding that I'm having to be really careful to avoid putting my hand in them. Yeah, I don't like that window. So get some tissue, and as quick as possible, just delete it. And then let's have another go. Well, maybe let it dry a little bit. have to be careful that I don't lose the angles as I get involved in these little shadowy details. Yeah, not too bad. Oh yeah, and there's a little detail underneath here. In fact, maybe I should do some kind of shadow thing there, but maybe this will do. This is kind of the shadow. It is a shadow. There we go. And they don't all have to be perfect, and they're not all the same. Yeah, I should have continued with this a bit, but that's okay. And then I've got some windows up here. Just a dab and a dab. There we go. And then let's go along here. And now I have entered the danger zone, and this is where we get messy. So I've got my big shadow now coming down here. I'm actually going to do it blue, pure blue, and then mix it up. Well, brush is very dirty. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and then after the fourth one, the shadow begins. And I know this blue looks really too blue, but it will mix with other colours and look not so intense. Okay. And then we can start to go with this purple. Okay, like that. And as this comes down, it's going to get more intense. Like that. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. And then I'm going to have my tree here. So I need this big thick mix here. And you really need to make this a thick mix, and you need to twirl the brush hairs like this. So you get this kind of tree outline. Very quickly though, the hairs come back together again. So it's really essential to keep twirling it. Okay, yeah, that's not too bad. And then within this tree, we've got branches. So I use my lovely bamboo brush, which gives quite thin lines. And sometimes do a few dots as well. Okay, that will do. Just need a few little dots. Okay, maybe that will do. Okay, and then down here at the bottom, going for a blue. It's drying out, so let's spray it. Okay. I've got some figures here, but I'll just go over them. I need it to be a bit of a lighter blue, maybe here. Okay. And now we're entering into the ground area. Just want to do some of that dark, just patches. Okay, there we go. I think it looks a bit too much actually, but we'll just hope. Okay, so now I want a purple mix. Okay, and then we've got maybe a big shadow that goes across there. And then we've got another big shadow. You know a painting is going well when it makes you feel nervous. You know you're doing something exciting, challenging. Okay, and then we've got a shadow here of a tree, and it's quite an interesting edge. Yeah, that's really fun. And you know you're onto a bit of a winner when something feels fun. Not always, but it's a good sign. Okay, and then blue. Blue, blue, blue. Oh yeah, and you can see that touch of blue there. It's a bit too subtle perhaps, but there you go. And then I'm really going to strengthen it up right at the bottom here. A lot of blue, red, burnt umber, more red. Okay, and then really strong. You can see the variety in the shadows, right? So now you know how to make these interesting shadows with a variety of colours and whatnot within them. And then we're going to do our figures. So yeah, here we go with the figures. Oh, and let's just spray it. So don't spray directly, spray above. Let the drops fall down. And here we go. It's drying out a bit too quickly. And what I need to do desperately is, I forgot. Yeah, keep this wet and get these figures done and blending into this. And these figures are probably a bit too strong. Okay, dry brush hopefully. Nope. But it's okay. Oh, there's a dry brush. figure here. Dry brush. So I want these kind of figures merging into these shadows. That's so important. Can you see how those windows have disappeared? Might have to indicate them a bit in a minute. Okay, and then this is a timing problem. Should I do this now or should I wait? I think this might disappear if I do it now. But this thing, this curb, I think now is okay for that. Yeah. But maybe I need to do the bit of a shadow on that just there. Oh, okay. So let's keep going. Maybe I'm ready now to do some kind of shadows here. Okay, yeah, there's a bicycle here. Another one here. And this is really difficult but so important, where you've got these suggestions of things but it's not so clear what they are. Now this little gap here is so important because we've got a railing here. It was little abstract things like that that I wanted to get right in this picture. Okay. And then we've got these metal posts, which I'll add in a minute. Oh, we've got a bit of a tree here in the shade. Ooh. No time for being nervous or shy. Okay, and I might even suggest some of these windows up here. That looks a bit too strong. Let's readjust. And we don't have to draw them fully. Just indicate. So this is what we really want. Things disappearing into the shadows. And then there's going to be things here. And maybe even a person. Okay, maybe somebody here. Wanting to get that dry brush effect. Not quite, but not too bad. Okay, then there's something else I need around here. Make that edge a bit more interesting. Add those figures in a minute. That's not critical. Okay, yeah. Now I know what I need. I need these posts. So where do they go? Maybe here. Okay. So this is dried out now, pretty much. I could wet it, but I don't think I'm going to. It's got a bit of a shadow. So we've got a little bit of perspective there. It's quite nice. Okay, and then do this sign. So another nerve-wracking moment. And the windows, if you look at the windows, they're too weak, aren't they? So I'm going to have to do something about them in a minute. But no rush with them. They're good. Okay, relax, relax. Okay, and then really thick bit, and then maybe I should turn this. Okay, and you can maybe use a ruler, but be careful. You don't want to like shift other wet paint. Okay, that will do. And then that's not too bad. Then let's move over to this area. So first of all, let's do the shadow at the top on this building. And then add this dirty mix here and darken it up. I've come too far down, so what I need to do is just wipe that up, just a whole lot. Then maybe just wait a little for it to dry off. I can try and get this edge straight. Okay. Okay, and then I need to do some figures around here. And this area looks very bland, doesn't it? Ooh, it's okay. Not so bad. Okay, got a figure here. And then dry brush legs. Fairly dry brush. Then some figures here. Okay. And I forgot, it needs to be dark up here. Maybe that will do. Okay, just having a look and having a think. I guess there's some windows along here, so I'm just going to have to make this up. Not ideal. I think maybe here there's another parasol. Well, I'm going to make one anyway. And paint carefully around these figures. Oh, lost him a bit. Okay, and then switch to blue. Okay, something like that. And too far down. Okay, that's good. Maybe that's good. Okay, I'll colour that in a minute. Okay, our main figure is there. Maybe I can start to do him now. Wow, and maybe this video has been playing a long time, so I'm going to have to check it in a min. But this is a super long wash. Dry brush, dry brush. Yes. It's so important. It makes it look like the figures are walking, moving, sorry. Okay, and then let's do, not yet. His head is not good. That's better. Yeah. Okay, so now this bus thing behind him, I wish I hadn't drawn that. It's probably something to remove rather than keep. Okay. But let's go for it. It's going to look a bit busy. Okay, just check the video. Oh, 30 minutes, you're joking me.